Panda Nation, Panda Nation, Panda. I don't know, I saw someone say Panda Nation, so I figured I'd say that. Panda Raid is in the house. What's going on, everyone coming in from Panda? What's going on, Skirm? What's happening? What's everyone doing? Saturday. It's Saturday, guys. That means we live stream and stuff, right? Yeah. So how come my live chat isn't going back very far? Anyway, let's do a quick roll call. We got Savage White Zero. We got Budweiser. Yeah, my button actually worked that time. So awesome on that. I think it worked. Did that work? Maybe it didn't. Sling Buzz, what's happening? Kazakum Bogan, son of a rab. I'm not saying that. Why does it say that? That's bad. Someone mad at me or something? I'm sad right now. Red Potts, what's going on? Robert, Trey Haynes, Mike Velda, Skirm, Mike Medcalf, the Pirate, Rudy Dupushnell or something. First time 13, what's going on? What is that? Dirty Diaper Bandit. I don't even want to know what's going on there. Son of a Rabid Panda, what's going on? Standalm, Andres 23007, Robert, Snark's Domain, what's going on, Snark? Hey, we're going to be doing some interesting videos with that C1100. If you guys are unaware, I got that C1100, right? You know, I've only done like one video on it so far because there isn't really much support, but it sounds like a lithium and all sorts of stuff is about to drop for FPGAs. So, yeah, we're going to have some C1100 stuff happening here very soon. CPU user, what is the future of CPU mining? Moon. Like, what else is there? There's Moon, and then there's GPUs. It's Moon. We're mooning on CPUs here. That's the future. At least for this cycle. We'll see what happens. Black Sales, what's going on here? Stand on, what's happening? I need help with Discord verification keys failing because I claims I'm following a VPN. Discord is a pain. We'll go through that in a minute. Skirb, what's going on? Standalone. What is that? Christian Malaki, Random Miner, Ogre MGTOW, Dave Hall, what's happening? It just jumped on me. I apologize if I missed anybody. Integra Guy, I see you. Random Miner, I see you. Robert, I see you. Standalm again, I think. Coinology. What's going on, everyone? How's it going? What's happening? What are you guys doing today? So as for the Discord thing, usually if you can't get in, I'm assuming you're referring to my Discord. If you can't get in, send me a DM. But it seems like everyone's just changing their names, and then it just goes to like their first letter, like P. And then there's like 10 people with P's, and I cannot find who you are. So it's making it a lot harder to manually bypass some of you guys to get in if needed type of thing. So it's kind of becoming a pain there. Sad, no RxD blocks. Yeah, RxD. So I'm not sure if there's actually ASICs. Remember, I dropped the video there, and there's looking, Humpool released. Humpool does have iron and stuff, but iron's forking. But I don't know if there's actually Radiant ASICs coming or something else. So you guys probably heard about this guy right here, the Superscaler K10. It's an FPGA absolute beast mode. Based on what Retro Mike says, though, in the background, it's actually older, not that good of FPGAs in it, but the Bitstream devs for Superscaler are like OG pros, and they tweak the crap out of older FPGAs, and they become awesome. So I guess if you're a wicked coder, you can make anything happen. So imagine that on newer FPGAs, what they could do with this. So Superscaler was going to actually send me one of these K10s to test. And then it sounds like due to logistics or whatever it is, issues, and they have a new one coming, Q1 of this year. So there's a new Superscaler coming, and based on newer hardware, so you mix newer hardware, better FPGAs with OG ProStar devs, we're going to have some crazy numbers happening. So I just want to go into home here, and it looks like they actually have a post here. So let's just look. Let's click on pre-order. So look at this. The most powerful FPGA miner in 2024, the Superscaler K30ZX. Like, wow, that's a mouthful all on its own. But look, there's a pre-order button. I'm going to click on this. Look at some of these hash rates. A Lithium, 513 gigahash. Is that what I'm seeing there? Look at Radiant, 301,930 megahash. That's 301 gigahash on Radiant. Holy crap. This is like FP ASIC levels almost here we got going on. This is like, oh my, like I can't believe it. This is insane. So looks like there's a new super scaler K30ZX coming. It thing's expensive, $19,000, but wow, hash rates, guys, hash rates. The power's up there, but 301 gigahash coming out of this thing. Like that sounds, is that just crazy or what? Ironfish is changing, so I guess that doesn't really matter. A lithium 513, and I don't know, all sorts of stuff. Not really specs on all the coins, but you know, a Leo, I'm not sure what's going on. Carlson, they're switching as well, algorithms. But yeah, there's a new super scaler coming, and it's expensive, and it looks pretty insane. That's pretty insane. Which coin is going soon on POS? That is ZIL. Zukla. You know, let's speak about that. I'm going to do a video later, I think, because people need to know that they're already super centralized. You all know they're talking about more decentralization when you go to proof of stake and all this other BS that they lie about when you want to become proof of stake. They're lying, and they're already deleting people. So this actually was brought up in Discord. I also have other DMs from pool ops and stuff stating the same thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what they showed me, but you know, right here it says, Rabid, you should make a video about ZIL again, and with them deleting posts against POS and banning members. Guaranteed I'm not the first. Saw multiple posts in there yesterday and they were deleted as well. Go into the ZIL Discord in the mining channel, last post in the ZIL announcement, everything has been deleted. Every other people calling them out for deleting posts, then those are deleted too. So anyone that's opposing their POS switch, they're just deleting, getting rid of it. Oh, we don't want none of this stuff. You know, it makes sense if some people are being, you know, mad and saying bad things, you know, it makes sense to delete it or something. But if you're just out there deleting anyone that says anything versus POS, you know, that's obviously turning very centralized, and it hasn't even moved to POS yet. So yeah, crazy. So that is ZIL, and crazy stuff going on there. Oh, that's a fake. Retro Mike says that's a fake site. So that's a fake site, guys. That's fake. But there is, I do have confirmation though that they are working on a new one. So maybe that's not it and that's fake site. So, you know, let's rewind. The site I was at, I actually just hit the X on it. So that's a fake Superscaler site. It's not real. Those ones are not real. Who knows what they're called? But Superscaler did say that they do have a new miner coming Q1 of this year. So it will be interesting. We're just going to have to wait on that. So there's no K30. Do you know what it's called, Retro Mike? The K11. It's going to be called the K11. So it's going to be called the K11. No K30 ZSX something's in there. Brave Browser gets rid of ad banners. Yeah, it does. So I don't know if that, yeah, but I don't know. That was just showed up in Google. So like I said, it's probably fake. So beware. So yeah, it does sound like they're having a new one. Retro Mike says the K11 is what it's going to be called. Do you have any inside tips, Retro? What is it going to have? Is it going to be like crazy, like would that K30 thing look like, or is it just going to be something else? Or it's probably going to be crazy, but we'll see. Thoughts about Zeph. Zeph is an interesting one. So, you know, I'm fairly bullish on the old Zeph coin there. I feel like I don't know what it's going to hit. We have no idea. But if it does do what it continues to do, if it does outperform XMR, and it does do what XMR did in 2016 into 2017, where it went from $10, $12 up to $450, if Zeph continues to outperform XMR and it does hit $450 to $500 or something in the next bull run, that could be one of the largest gaining cryptos in the entire out of all the proof of work coins. That's a pretty huge gain. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now is, you know, it could be one of the largest proof of work gaining coins in the bull run out of any coin, you know, Bitcoin, Flux, all of them. Zeph could be the top performer of them all. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to happen. It's seen $50 once already. Maybe it'll never hit that again. We don't know. We have no idea. You know, it's all speculation. It hasn't seen a bull run. It has been doing better than XMR has been at the previous timeline in its lifetime back, you know, 2016 and 15 and so on. So, you know, this is the first major bull run for it. So if it does hit those crazy numbers, it's going to be huge. So we'll just have to wait and see. I have no idea. We just have to wait and find out and see what happens. So that's where I'm going with that. But, you know, right now, Zeph hasn't been the top coin. I've been mining Vish AI, And then I just been swapping every day into Zeph. So like, you know, mining Zeph right now based on my farm, I'd be getting anywhere from 2 to 2.5 coins a day, depending on how the hash rate is. And mining Vish, which also uses quite a bit less power, I've just been selling that daily. Every morning at 9 a.m. I make sure everything's, you know, because I'm just mining to the exchange. You know, I am mining to an exchange because I am swapping it instantly. So then I am getting about 3 to 6 Zeph instead of 2.5 to 3 Zeph type of thing a day. So I'm almost doubling my yields by mining the more profitable coin and then also using less power. So that saves on the power bill as well. So yeah, I'm stacking Zeph as much as I can, but I'm not currently mining it directly. Fully electric. I am building up my bag of Zeph again. I made so much from Zeph already. I love that coin. Yeah, I wish I would have held on to it. It sucks though, because I sold the majority of my bag when I hit 12 something, because all right, this thing has been pumping like crazy, and you know, I expect a big dip to come in the market and I'll get back in, you know, maybe back around $5 or so. Well, that's not the case. From there, just continued up to that $50 mark. I was like, oh my gosh, it just keeps going and won't stop. Now we're back down to like 12 or something. I did get back in, but it was around $18, $19. I FOMO'd back early because it kept dropping down to like 16, 17, then going up to 20, 21, down to 18 to 21 again, you know, staying in there. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go in. I bought back in at like 18 and a half, $19, and now it just collapses down to where it's at now. I was like, I should have just waited, and that was it. You know, I've been telling people for a long time this big dip is going to happen. It's coming. And I didn't even take my own advice. I was like, I just FOMO'd back in. I was like, you know what? I'm getting my Zeph and I want to hodl it. And if we hit 450, that's going to be insane. Obviously, $19 is still pretty darn good if it goes 400 plus. But, you know, I'm just going to wait out and see. And then, I've been swapping stuff in for that. So it's going to be awesome. Is the Jazzminer X16Q still worth buying? Yes and no. Well, you know, yes, it is. It's the most efficient ETH hash ASIC out there. If you are bullish on ETH hash coins, one of them being ETC, obviously, and then, you know, you got Octa.Space and whatever other ETH hash coins are out there. I haven't really paid attention. I've been mining Octa personally. ZIL is moving the POS, which we kind of talked about earlier, but you can still mine ZIL. So, you know, the chance that maybe it sees its all-time high again, you know, a lot of people are hating on it. And, you know, I hope it's just saying it's going to die at this point, but who knows what's going to happen. ETH is going to hit new all-time highs. We know this. So maybe ZIL will at least hit its all-time high again. So if it does do that, you still have a chance to ROI an X16Q on ZIL alone from this point moving forward, at least until the end of the year. Now, they did say maybe it's going to get delayed. We have no idea. But point is, it will be gone eventually. So if the big decision between something like an E9 Pro versus a Jazzminer is because of ZIL, you know, ZIL will disappear. Now, the Jazzminer is still like double the efficiency of an E9 Pro or something. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind as well. Efficiency, we do the majority of our mining in bear markets to stock up for those bull runs. So, you know, that still makes a Jazzminer the better option. That's just my kind of 2 cents. You know, I do enjoy the Jazzminers for sure. You mined Zephyr at 50 USD and sold at 10 USD. Oh no, Proton. You mined it at 50 and sold at 10. Oh, that's the way we don't want to do it. If you had a small CPU farm and wanted to hold long, what is that? Long montage? I don't know what you're referring to there, Coinology. What do you think of a lithium? I got into the first DEX pre-sale, 8 to 1. It's done a 30x. Nice. You know, lithium's been getting a lot of hype lately of doing great things. Personally, I have no idea what it's going to do, but I do know once the bit streams emerge for a lithium, I will be mining it, depending on what everything looks like. You know, I'm assuming it's going to be decently profitable on FPGAs because they will slowly push off some of the GPUs, you know, coming in at that. So once the bit streams do emerge for like the E300, which should be any day now, and then obviously, you know, the C1100s and stuff, and then yeah, I'll definitely be moving onto a lithium probably with FPGAs just to try and get some. But you know, the future, I have no idea. I have zero ideas. You know, there's a lot of hype behind it, just like Kaspa, a lot of hype behind it. These coins could do amazingly crazy good, 10x, 50x, who knows, in the bull run, or they might not do nothing, pure speculation. That's why we're mining and just hoping our bag goes to the moon, and then if some of us will sell, some people will always be told it's going to go higher and they'll wait and then they'll miss it, but hopefully we sell at a decent price, and there's volume to sell at that way as well. Zill was third party. Any thought on BitNet? BitNet, that's another CPU coin. Let's take a look at that, actually. Let's just jump into this guy right here. I'm not sure how it's doing right now. I didn't really mine this coin at all, but I know a lot of people in Discord have been. Let's just see. Can we find it here? Is BitNet in here? I don't know if I have anything worked out for it. BitNet right here. BitNet, 21.85 mega hash. Do I have it in here? BitNet right here, 25.8. Whoa, it went up. 25.81. 81 mega hash. Is that correct? 25. 21.85. Let's go 85. All right. Current price is 0000571. 0000571. And then Orium. I don't know what the hash rate is. What's a 3900x hash rate on Orium algorithm? I still got the RandomX algorithm in here because I didn't finish it. I'm not sure what the hash rate is on this operation. I know it's more than RandomX, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. Because it is doing pretty good, but it's making more than 12 cents. Because right now with only 13,500 hashes, it's saying 12 cents, but it's more than that. And I can't remember what a 3900X actually hashes on this algorithm for. So we'll have to jump into that later on when I figure that out. But it does sound like it's profitable at times, and I'm just not sure if it's still at the top or not. Taboo is dying. Something happened to it. I don't know. It just crashing like crazy. So I did move my X5 away from Taboo and put it back on QRL. How's that actually doing right now? QRL looks like it's back up to 20 cents. Network hash rate's still pretty low. We're at 190 current hash. So this is sitting at about $10. So this is still, depending on the hash, right now it's 190 on my current. So it's estimating a bit lower, but this is usually around $13 to $15 a day. So I think the X5, a lot of people hate this miner, but I feel it's running under the radar. I really enjoy this miner personally. QRL here for an example that no one's really mining. There's only 8 mega hash online, and it's making around $12 to $15 a day in this current bear market. Now QRL hasn't really been performing, so I think it's just going to be more of a consistent daily thing. Again, I've been selling this anyway into Zeph as well, so technically the X5 is swapping away into Zeph. But $15 a day, that's putting that around KS2 profitability. If we actually, if we look at this, where's the KS2 at right now? 1233 after power. So this is making around 15 based on 11 cents per kilowatt hour. That's 2 something, maybe 340 or something in power. So it's around $12 a day. So the X5 profitability is about the same as the KS2. And it's a lot cheaper than the KS2. But, and it's using about the same amount of power. Obviously, you can overclock the KS2s now to use quite a bit more power. And the profitability is higher with those overclocking. But I think the X5 is, it's good, but you can't find them anywhere. I think Bitmain hardly made any. And then once they found out that, they weren't going to allow other coins to be mined other than Monero, they quit. I don't know if they quit making them, but they really didn't have many in production. And now it seems like we have 2 or 3 coins we can mine. The profitability is decent, and you just can't find the miner anywhere at all. But, we'll see what happens. I really enjoy that miner personally. What do we got here? Hey, Frank B. Zagatti, what's going on? Should have kept it on an exchange at this point. Mr. Green, can anyone use their Dynex wallet? I have 2 wallets, one with unconfirmed transactions from months ago. Another wallet can't send out coin. I used the GUI wallet, and it seems to be working just fine for me. I'm not sure what wallet you're using. Tangem wallet is going to have Dynex support sometime within the next month or 2 as well. So wait for that. And that brings me to another thing. You guys know about Tangem, right? Tangem hardware wallets. I'm sure you guys all do. I got links in the description. But Tangem wallet. Let's just look this up. So I was actually talking to them, and they said anything is possible. So I was like, you know what? Can we get a Rabid branded Tangem wallet? And they said, yeah, we definitely could. But the only issue is you need at least 350 pre-orders first. So then I messaged Panda. He never got back to me. I was like, you know what? Maybe we can make a Canadian version with us kind of collabing together to get our own, you know, both of ours on the same wallet brand type of thing, you know, like rabidmining and Red Panda mining symbols on the Tangem wallet. Then we can both maybe try to get a 350 pre-order in and maybe get our own branded Tangem wallet. So I'm asking you guys, would you guys be up for our own, you know, maybe a Panda Rabid Tangem wallet for you guys? You know, would you guys be interested in something like that or not? If not, you know, just let me know. He did a Tangem. Oh, he did a Tangem poll in his stream. Okay, I don't know. He didn't message me back. Maybe he's just gonna get his own thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you need at least 350 pre-sale order to get that actually done, because you need a minimum of 1,000 and some cards. So 350, I guess, times 3 cards is a little over 1,000 cards. Is kind of how that's working out when they do their special things. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Get Gem, Voscoin. Yeah, I was thinking Voscoin. Get, you know, like a Rabid Panda Voscoin edition. Voscoin can sell the crap out of it. But yeah, you know, that was something, you know, I mailed him, you know, a few days ago. Then I messaged Panda, and maybe he's just doing his own. I have no idea. But he hasn't got back to me. So I can't confirm that we're going to do a double thing or not. But he's talking about it too, so I don't know. Maybe he's just going to do his own thing. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll message me later on and get back to me. Do you think the next time new coins come out on K Heavy Hash Algo to mine with Ice River ASICs? Well, if it's the K Heavy Hash Algo, yes. As long as I don't know what's going, you know, Retro Mike would have to pipe in on this, but you know, like there's that nonce thing that's going. I don't know what it is. Something to do with the blockchain, the byte size of the hash or something. If it's exactly the same as K Heavy Hash, then yes, you know, Ice River ASICs would be able to mine that if it's the same thing. If it's not, then no, they won't be able to mine it. And speaking of that, I believe Carlson Hash right now, they're in testnet for Iron Hash or Fish Hash, which is what LOL Miner Dev, he is creating that new algorithm for Ironfish. But you know, it's probably going to be on Carlson before Ironfish. I don't know. Ironfish supposedly had it on testnet now for a month or two, and then it seems like Carlson is, you know, going to implement this before Ironfish even does. But we'll see what happens. It sounds like testnet just opened up for Carlson on that as well. Our Flux died are one of the first advertised proof of useful work. No, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it's dead. It's a bear market still, guys. We're at the very tail end of that bear market. Things are going to move up. Flux is doing different things on a crypto standpoint where it makes sense that the coin will go up high. I just still think that, you know, even if Flux hits $1,000 per Flux coin, obviously if you have a bunch of Flux, you wish it hits $1,000 because you're going to be making bank. But it's still not going to be very profitable for GPU miners mining it, even at $1,000, depending on the hash rate that's waiting to turn on. That's still the big unknown factor here for GPU mining, is how much hardware is waiting to turn on. Because even at $1,000 Flux, all-time high Raven coin, and some other coins all at their all-time highs at the exact same time, and the same amount of Flux, same amount of hash rate comes in that used to be around with Ethereum, all these coins are still going to be negatives. That's the effect that we still don't know about here with crazy high crypto prices, because there's so much damn hardware out there. So, you know, Flux as a coin, no, it's not dead at all. Zero. It's going to see nice price gains. It's going to see good things. But the mining side of it, yeah, I would technically say that mining it is kind of dead unless you have very cheap power. That's just my 2 cents on it. Just paid the duty for my KS0 Pro, getting her Monday. Let's go. Nice. Sad to see the profits diminishing though. Yeah, every month that block roar. But again, you know, we're in that part of the bear cycle where we're about to pull out of it, but we're not quite there yet. You know, we could see one more major dip still happen. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's a possibility that it could happen. You know, not financial advice. I'm not a trader. I don't know how none of this stuff works, but you know, it could happen. Like, let's just look back. Where is it? I can't find it. Right here, Bitcoin price. So if we look back, like here's where we are right now. We're about right here. You know, January 25th, right there. So we're 27th right now. So this is 2 days ago. But you know, Bitcoin was only at $8,300 here in 2020. We're in 2020 in 2024 right now, just prior to the Bitcoin halving. Now, COVID and everything hit here. You know, that's a big thing. But Bitcoin went from $9,800, so almost $10,000 just before the halving here, down to $5,300. That's almost a 50% drop. In theory, if we see that again, that's Bitcoin going down to like 21, 22,000 again. I don't think we're going to see something major like that, but we could still see some type of big dip happen. And this is kind of where I was referring to. We're going to see Zeph and everything drop back down to maybe that $9 to $10 mark, which it hit pretty close at times. But, you know, will it hit $5? I have no idea. But, you know, there is potential for one more major dip to happen, and then we're off to the races, because we can see right happen there. And I believe like the next day or 2 days later was last cycle's halving. And then all that happened from that point was solid green. You know, obviously you have your little dips that are still going to happen, but it was just green. From there on out, you know, the bull market starts right here after the halving. It's not going to be major at first. It's not going to be a magical 1000x gain on things, but that's going to spark the run for things to start going up in price. And then obviously the bull run hits the following year, 2025, and we see this. So you can see we're right here right now, and look at the peak afterwards. And now we are over here. Let me just adjust this a little bit. So now we're over here, and what's this mountain going to look like here? You know, here's 2025. We're going to be like over here somewhere, whatever number that is, you know, 100 to 150K, I think is a safe bet, but it's hard to say. So things are going to get better. Things are going to be looking awesome, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy times. Things are coming. It's fully elected. Dude, if Flux hit $1,000, dude, I would be one happy guy. I got 3 Stratus nodes and 1 Nimbus. So yeah, I would dump them so quick. No, like that's what I say. You know, I doubt it's gonna hit 1,000, but who knows? What was the last all-time high? 2 something, 3 something? So maybe it'll see 5 or 6. Maybe it'll double the last all-time high. Like, they are doing things different. The ecosystem, the investing in the Flux, I think will have great returns. It's just that, you know, a lot of people say I hate on Flux. I don't hate on Flux. I hate on the mining side of these coins because they are not profitable. That doesn't mean I hate the coin, the network, or anything. I have been saying always that the coin, Flux in general, will see nice price gains. It's good to have the coin. Buy the coin, not financial advice, guys, but the coin is going to go up in price. It's just the mining profitability of it sucks. That's my stance on it. I don't hate none of it at all. I just don't like the mining side because it's not profitable. So, yeah, you know, I feel a lot of people say I hate on it all the time. I'm not hating on it. I'm hating on the mining side of things. Fusion fees are out of control now. I can't even imagine. Oh, yeah, Fusion. That's another thing. Zelcore, worst wallet ever invented, personally. I hate that wallet with a passion. People use it for other coins, other chains, and they lose them. They can't send them anywhere. It's just, yeah, it's a mess. You know, we need something better. And it almost feels like you're centralized. You're stuck to only using the one wallet, especially if you want to use like the node system and stuff, because you have to do it through signing through Zelcore, which makes sense because it's their wallet and stuff. But, you know, there should be more options available, I feel, especially for something that really wants to be fully decentralized on everything. I'm swapping half my Flux for Dynex. Yeah, Dynex could, you know, Dynex could take the world by storm. It's interesting, you know, how well it is doing right now. Dynex is doing some good stuff for sure. You know, I don't know what's going on the back end yet. He does. He's smart. He's in there all the time, but I have zero idea what's, you know, what they're actually doing and stuff. But, you know, when it comes to mining profitability, I don't really care what these things are doing as long as they're doing things that are making us hardware users money. Imagine the fusion fees with 1K flux. Oh, like I can't even remember. I tried fusion once just to look at it, and I don't even know what it did. But yeah, that's a good point too. That's just like Ethereum. Like that's a lot of things right now. We look at things. Oh, gas fees are cheap. Gas fees are cheap. But you know, technically, Ethereum was cheap to use as well when it was only $80. Right? You know, 0.01 Ethereum for this transaction, you know, maybe it's $1 or something. Then all of a sudden Ethereum hits $5,000. Holy crap, now it costs $1,000 to send something or something, right? You know, it scalability and being able to drop those numbers. So that's one thing to get an idea. How cheap is a network actually? How many decimal zeros are in there on your transaction fee? Is it still going to be cheap if that coin does 1,000x or something? So yeah, that's kind of interesting to point out there as well. Now, I did a lot of things in the past where I used Kaspa to actually move between some exchanges, because one, the withdrawal fee was only like 2 or 3 Kaspa, and then it was like 0.001 Kaspa. But then, you know, if Kaspa hits $1, you know, that withdrawal fee was 5 or something, you know, that's a $5 withdrawal fee. Now at this point it's looking, wow, that was a really expensive, stupid move. But at the time, it was one of the cheaper ways to move things out of exchanges, even cheaper than Litecoin at its 0.1, which was only like, I don't even know, like 20 cents or something like that. But it was working out to be less than that based on the price of the coin at the time. Anyone else mining Kapow Algo coins? A lot of people with AMD cards are, for sure. You know, there's a lot. Kapow's one of the, well, GPU side of things is one of the top algorithms now for a couple of reasons. One, obviously you got AIPG. Let's look at this. This is an important thing. I mention this sometimes here, but this is something really important I feel that we should always be looking at, is this emissions right here. We look at the 24-hour emissions of coins, and this gives you an idea of, you know, where the majority of the hash rate and stuff is. You know, people are going in, oh, Ethereum Classic, that's not profitable. That coin's dead. Well, the numbers show that this is the 4th largest cryptocurrency paying miners. That is far from dead. So anyone saying ETC is dead is kind of wrong there, because this is the 4th largest coin that's distributing money to crypto miners out there. Next up, we got Chia. Then we got Litecoin. We got Bitcoin Cash. Now here we got AI Power Grid. Here's a major reason Kapow is popular, because it can absorb the hash rate. These are the numbers that matter on determining your mining profitability. If these need to be able to pay miners amount of money to absorb hash rate so that other coins are, you know, will be profitable. Like when Ethereum was here in the bear market, just before it went to POS, when the price was way down, it was still paying like $21 to $24 million a day, half of what Bitcoin is paying now. In the bull run, Ethereum was paying over $62 or $63 million a day, which is more than what Bitcoin is paying out right now. You know, that's 20 times more than what Kaspa was paying out right now in the bear market. So we still have nothing that can support all of that hash rate with all of these coins. We took all these coins minus Bitcoin and add them all up, that still doesn't even equal half of Ethereum. And we're counting Kaspa, Dogecoin, Litecoin, and everything into that. That's a major number, that a void that still has to be filled here. And it's just kind of crazy here. But yeah, this is an important thing to look at, is the 24-hour emissions. You know, when these coin prices go up in price, things are going to look a lot better. But yeah, Kapow is getting very popular here due to the fact that we got AI Power Grid. Look at here, we got Chlor. It's only 76,000, but it's still a top 10 crypto right now. Do we have any more? We got Raven coins here at 15th place. So there's 3. Here's another Kapow. Top 20, we got 4 Kapow coins in the top 20 of emissions paying to miners. So yeah, Kapow is turning into a very popular algorithm. Now, one thing I kind of said in the past is, well, Kapow should be able to switch fairly easy if an ASIC or anything drops, due to the fact that it does have a couple little mini algorithms in it. Kind of, you know, if you're used to mining Raptorium and Ghost Rider coins where there's 20 of them, it's kind of like that, except they're a lot closer together. There's minor variances in between them, but there are like 4 or 5 little mini algos in there. Now, an ASIC could be produced to make this. And one thing I've been pointing out, as more coins are trying to fork this, we now have 2 or 3 coins above Ravencoin that are paying miners more. So if more coins keep forking this, that opens up the ability where, you know, ASIC manufacturers or someone, they're going to be like, you know what? there's more coins that can mine. There's more money to be made here. People will buy these, so let's spend the money and investigate this and maybe build something. So if we start seeing a lot, I think this will become a thing if people start forking Kapow more and more, and then a whole bunch of coins which become profitable here. Before, it only used to be like Raven coin and that's it, so it really wasn't worth the effort. Now we're seeing a couple of coins ahead of Raven coin in daily mining availability and how much these coins are paying, so they might start doing that. Obviously, if the devs really want to get on it, then they can, you know, maybe switch one of these algos around or do a little bit of tweaking and then make it ASIC resistant again. But they're ASIC resistant. They're not ASIC proof. In theory, Ethereum was ASIC resistant as well. Some of you guys, you know, I said this in the past, some of you guys shaking your head, how is that ASIC resistant? Ethash is not ASIC resistant. Well, in theory it is, because it's not a massive step. They are getting farther in leaps ahead GPUs now as the hardware and better chips emerge and stuff. But the step isn't massive like you see with Bitcoin or Kaspa, you know, where you're seeing like 1000x the hash rate at a quarter the power. Totally different situation. You look at an Ethash ASIC, like when they first came out, it was like, you know, a 3070 was what, 61 mega hash at like 132 watts, where you would have the A11 or A10 Pro or something. You know, it was still using, it was what, 700 mega hash, and it was around like 2500 watts, or, you know, it was up there. It's still over that, but now we're seeing the power is less than half the hash rate on like the Jazz mine and stuff. So they're getting better, but it is ASIC resistant, not ASIC proof. And the same thing could probably follow suit on Kapow. But, you know, is Retro Mike going to say something on that? Now, I cannot confirm that because, like I said, I'm not a coder or nothing, but maybe Retro Mike, who knows about this, I'm assuming it is possible that if they really tweaked it out, you know, you take all the parts together and you strip it clean, and, you know, pretty much they get everything they need to mine those specific 5 little algos in Kapow, then they dump the rest of the parts out and they can make it as efficient as possible miner for said algorithm. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. So I think as more of these coins fork like this and the money starts looking better, that we could start seeing this other hardware emerge for it. Anyway, Dynex is doing true distribution supercomputing. They are aggregating together resources and leveraging miners to do so. People hating on them for being innovative. Yeah. So no, yeah. So it definitely sounds like Dynex is doing what they've always claimed they were doing, and they're doing it well, and they're doing it with cheaper rigs. Like, you look at some of the lot of big, you know, proof of useful work stuff, you need to get, you know, more cores, you need a better CPU, you need times 16, times 8, you know, whatever, more lanes required, more expensive builds, more power being used, where Dynex is doing it efficiently, you know, times 1 slots. Your normal mining rigs are working with Dynex, and then they're just pretty much collabing all the computing power together. You know, small hands does many things. You know, you try to pick up a tree by yourself, it doesn't work very well. You get, you know, 20 people together, you can now carry that tree across a field or something. And that's kind of like what Dynex is doing. They're taking all the smaller, more efficient computing hardware, cheaper to build as well, putting it all together, and now they're doing all this work out there. Where other ways, you know, it's all for different uses. You know, obviously, you know, every system is probably trying to do their work for a different type of project. But I just like the way Dynex is doing it personally, because like Retro Mike said, you know, it's a lot more efficient to do it that way as well, because now we're not burning up, we're not spending $20,000 on a little proof of useful work rig. We're using our normal GPUs for it. You like KDA? Someone asking. Well, if it comes back, I will. Right now, it still sucks, but it does. KDA has actually been showing signs of life, which is very interesting. So I'm still not a massive KDA fan. I do have some coins. Obviously, I don't have many, like 500-600 coins from like the KD Box 2 or something. So like if it does hit, you know, its old all-time high or something, the KD Box Pro, it's the Pro, that's right, I mined on the Pro, that was last bull run, it would ROI itself still, you know, after only mining for a couple months. So obviously I hope that happens, but it has been showing signs of life, which is very interesting. It's still not the greatest coin to mine right at this current second, but it might be worth having a bag in the back burner in case something happens, because it has been seeing a little bit of spikes going on. Everything you said is correct, but you must understand the nonce. Their algorithm is not previous work. Their distributed supercomputing will require a second separate system. They are just doing two things. Nothing says companies cannot build a machine like an ASIC and call it one. The X5 is not really an ASIC. It's a bunch of CPUs, but they can call it an ASIC. Yeah, very true, technically. Kapow isn't ASIC or FPGA proof, but remains resistant because of those adjustable parameters. All right. Technically, Kapow could see use of low power as a lithium, but then it's easier to create an ASIC for it. It's identifying the balance and resistance. I just got 6 KA3 miners. Whoa, Robert got 6K. Which KA3? Oh, KA3. You said that right there. 6 KA3s. All right, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. So hopefully Kadena does something for you, because then that would be absolutely awesome. You know, like I said, it has been seeing life. You know, maybe it's going to make a comeback again. It would be absolutely insane if it did. And that'd be absolutely awesome also. But, you know, like I said, I'm not hating on any coin. Just that these things haven't been profitable due to, well, technically KDA was still profitable, but you had to have the KA3. So if you have KA3s, you know, it's good to mine on. It's just that everything else that used to be on the network, the KA3 severely just blew them out of the water. So everything else was literally a waste of money in terms of hash rate, in terms of efficiencies. They're just trash compared to the KA3. KA3 is obviously still beast mode when it comes to Kadena. Now, if that price spikes again, there's a lot of people that are going to get very rich. Let's just put it that way. Hit that like, yeah, hit that like button, guys. 227 viewers, 70 likes. I think we're short just a few likes there. Come on, hit a couple more. Let's do this. Top 5 mineable coins for the bull. That's a very hard question, personally. You know, it all depends what you're into, what you're mining, what you feel like. Personally, for me, like my top 5 coins, most of them are probably going to be on the CPU side, because that's mostly what I've been following. I don't really feel a lot of these GPU coins are really going to explode that well. You know, some of them are going to do good, like a lithium, but the reason I'm saying not many of the GPU coins is because I feel a lithium, Radiant, Nexa, they're not going to be GPU mineable forever. So I'm not really considering them GPU coins, even though you can still mine on them. I still think they're going to get overrun eventually here with, you know, obviously first will be the FPGAs, and then I really think they're going to get nailed with ASICs here sometime by the bull run. Maybe they won't, but I think it's probably going to happen. So I don't consider those technically GPU coins, and they're going to be lost eventually. If you're mining them right now, get as much as you can, because eventually it might not be worth slapping a GPU onto it. But, you know, my top 5, like we always said, you know, 1, Raptorium, with the UTXO DeFi coming, the asset creation hitting mainnet here sometime soon. I think that could see some nice price gains, hopefully, you know, where it's all speculation. Also, obviously, Zeph I got there. Other 3 coins, I don't really know what. I'm not really sure about the other 3 coins that could really do amazing things. CKB, maybe, but I haven't really followed CKB, Coin, or any of that. So I don't really know what's going on in the pipeline. ETC is doing some stuff. That's going to be interesting. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. ETCMC. I know some people shake their head at that, but they have a very interesting roadmap ahead of them. And one thing I'm curious about, especially once they drop their mining pool, with ZIL disappearing on people, and ETCMC is coming out with their ETC mining pool, but it's also going to have the smart contract to earn ETC POW while you mine ETC only on that mining pool. I wonder how much hash rate that pool is going to take. Like, I was thinking, you know, personally, I would probably be okay with mining on that pool at like 1 to 3% of a pool fee, because in theory, everything their pool is making is also going back into the DAO. Now, if you've been following ETMC and the DAO or anything at all, everything they make, 30% of that goes back out to the members and people within the ecosystem. So in theory, the pool could be taking, 1 to 3%, and then 30% of that is coming back to the people that are members within the DAO and stuff, redistributed and stuff. So, it's going to be an interesting thing when they start emerging with these things. So, yeah, I don't know, but I think that's going to be another way to get that extra dual income. Once ZIL is away, then ETMC or ETC POW could make up for it. Obviously the price is down to nothing right now, and they're thinking of ways of how they can keep upholding and lifting it up with their buyback program, and the halvings that coming in and the reductions on the nodes and making it a lot more scarce and stuff like that. But we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. I don't have the link for their actual what's it called, their actual roadmap on me right now. I forgot about it until it just popped in my head just now. But, things look interesting. What else do they have going on there? I think it was obviously the auto claiming. Everybody's been waiting for instant auto claims type of thing through the NFT on the privacy thing. Auto validate, no more manual stuff. All this stuff is coming eventually. But, yeah, things look interesting on what they kind of got going on their roadmap. ETMC is still way overpaying for just running a blockchain node. It's craziness to me, but it's using it to buy more mining hardware. Yeah, very well too. That's probably what they're doing. They're building their mining farm, and then they're going to drop this pool and do that. Now the vote, if any of you guys were an NFT holder or anything there, the vote is complete now. They're tallying it up, and then sometime within the next few days we should hear what the results are. Now, one of them was a double 20% reduction, which drops it down. Like right now, I think, originally it was like, 10 or 12 ETC POW per day, which was super high on the emissions. It was making people way so much. And then now it's down to 8.5, and then I think it's going to drop to like 5. So it's almost a full halving event from just a month or two ago is what it's going to be at this point, like 5.5 or 5.2. So that's definitely going to drop that emissions down coming in from the nodes, which in theory, really, they're making way too much. Even at only like 20 cent of a price, they're making quite a bit. If you seriously think about it, they're only using 6 watts of power. And 20 cents, say 5 a day, 5.2. Like, what is that? I don't even know what the current price is. Let's have a look at this right quick here. ETC POW coin. What's their price at currently? Engage. Okay, come on. Load up for us. Let's do this. Still verify. Yeah, okay, thank you. So it's at 17 cents right now. It's been pretty steady around 17-cent mark. So 17.29 cents. So let's just say, I don't even know what it's going to be for sure. I'm going to go 5.2 coins a day. We're going to times that by the 17.29 cents. So that is 89 cents a day at 6 watts. If they drop it down to, the 220% drops there. So 89 cents at 6 watts of power is still pretty darn good. Now that's for, what's a GPU cost? This is about what? Depending if you're buying a no box, the license is like $300, I think. And then if you have a no box or your own system at home, if you're CPU mining on a Windows computer, you're not even going to be using any extra power in the first place. And all you are is paying the $300 for that. So say you bought a GPU for $300 and now you're making 89 cents a day and it's only using 6 watts of power. Well, coming into hashrate.no, you are making pretty close to the same amount, I guess, as a 4090 after power. It's 91 cents, but you're only using 6 watts. Obviously, if you had free power, that's $2 here. But, let's just go into something like a 3080. That's 17 cents a day. $1 before power, 17 cents after power. And so you can kind of see what's going on here. Even at 17 cents and only 5.2 coins a day, this thing is still making good, decent profits for only 6 watts of power, or 0 power for that matter. If you're using already a Windows PC or your workstation, you're not going to notice any extra power even being used because your system's already on, whether it's used for CPU mining, GPU mining, or something like that in the first place anyway. So really, it still makes 0 sense why you wouldn't want at least one of these anyway. But again, I'm not telling anyone to go out and buy them, but there's a lot of hate out there because everyone got in when it was pumping up to like $2. People were making like $2,000-$3,000 a day, or not a day, but like per claim, which was like every 10 days, $2,000 or $3,000 there. And then all of a sudden now it's down to like where technically it kind of always should been. And everyone's just mad about it. But, you know, yeah. Who has 46 fast nodes and 1 boot? Holy crap, full electric. See, I've been up in the air. I want to get more. I really do. But like I'm going through different power bars, try to set them up. I ordered my new internet, which still isn't put in yet, so I can just max out the other one a little bit more. So I do want to get a couple more nodes, but I spent a little too much in the past few weeks here, well, since Christmas, I guess, on extra things like cameras and mics and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just gonna hold out a little bit, but I do want to get my hands on a couple more. But damn, you have 40 of them. That's too many. Well, that's not too many. That's still awesome. You know, every claim day is like nice. But you know, I should have went out a little harder when, you know, it was at $2, because then, you know, I really could have got, you know, 20 nodes or something fairly fast. But yeah. Yeah, that will happen with the node rental platform. You have to pay $300 to be able to run a node, so F that. Fast nodes are just a fast syncing node type of thing. Playing with my 12900K, the heat density is crazy, low 50 nanosecond latency at 4000 CL16. Want to get to 45 NS. Mr. Green, K's 5 fan, Dumbrads. Can you talk about buying high core count kits and how to get good prices and not killed by duty? Vincent Gallio, what do you mean by high core count kits? Are you referring to like epics, like epic CPUs and stuff? Is that what you are trying to run about right now? I would not recommend anybody buying epics. Their price just went through the roof. They're expensive. Like, they're double of what they used to be. Now, I think the CPUs still aren't bad, but it sounds like it's the motherboards that are going pretty high in price right now. So, like before, like literally, I think for a complete setup that I got, when I got my dual Epic, I think it's like twice the price now, or at least 35 to 40% more. So, and even then, it was pretty darn close to build the same amount of like 7950Xs or 7900X rigs to that Epic. The efficiencies are pretty close, and it was about the same price. And now that the Epic prices actually went up, it just makes a lot more sense now just to get 7000 series CPUs. Plus they're newer, and then you don't really have to worry about something breaking down. Most CPUs are indestructible. Some people that have had some Epics already now, does sound like, you know, they have a few offline because they are like 4 or 5 years old, like some 742s and stuff. They've been used on servers 24/7 already for a while. That's why we're picking them up now, is because it's older hardware, and the new stuff is obviously way too expensive, like $30,000 for a CPU. No thanks. So yeah, I would probably just stick with probably 7000 series right now, unless you're rich, then just go whatever. Is it this year, Retro? Did you see AM is releasing 9000 series in April of this? I thought it was 8000. So they changed it to 9000 series now on the CPUs? See, originally I thought, oh wait, yeah, they did skip it to 9000. Okay, yeah, that's right. Someone mentioned, for some reason I was thinking 8000 again, was skipping from the 6, but it's 7. So yeah, no, I didn't know it was coming that early though. Wow. That's crazy. April of 2020. Crap. I got to save some money for one of those there now. So yeah, I can't get any more eTMC nodes because now I got to try to get one of the new CPUs. Now, I haven't, do they have the specs or anything out yet? I did see a write-up the other day about AMD did it again, you know, single thread performance, you know, explosion, or, you know, they did something massive where they're getting wicked single core performance. Now, I don't know if they did what they did with the 3 and 5000 series, where the 5000 series had a lower base clock and higher boost clocks, and it made the 3000 series better on some algorithm. The 5000 still better, but overall they were still pretty much the same in terms of mining efficiencies and that. So if the 9000 series is kind of the same operation, then, you know, obviously we should see some nice price drops on the 7000 series as gamers update to the newest craze of 9000 series, and then we can pick up some 7000 series for a lot cheaper. But let's see. 8,000 is out now. Oh, okay, yeah, 8,000 is like the G version. But yeah, those Gs, yeah, don't like the Gs. Don't get the Gs. They don't have the L3. That's, may as well buy an Intel. I'm just kidding. But yeah, the 9,000 series. I'm going to see. Yeah, here. AMD. What's it called? Like 9950X. Do they have that? 9950X. That's 5900X. AMD 9000 series. 9000 series CPU. Might have been leaked by Alienware. CPUs. Oh, that's November. Whoa, where's something? Video cards. September. Okay, no. Ryzen 8000, no. I'll have to look it up after. I'm not sure. But yeah, I didn't know they were coming out already. That's insane. That's insane if they're coming out in April. So yeah, I got to save some money for one of those. That's going to hurt to drive on Saskatchewan roads. Good day, all. Has anyone done business with Nhash for ASICs? I do have links to Nhash. They are a legit company. I do prefer Coin Mining Central and Miner Bros, though, personally, because they do drop the shipping. And, well, the shipping is in the prices, and they do drop the value, so your import fees are next to nothing. Nhash, I am not 100% sure what they do on shipping and, well, dropping the value or not. So I don't know what type of import fees. But I have heard people order from them, and they have had success. Oh, Fully Electric has worked with them. Okay, Retro Mike has worked with them. It's good. Bought from them, and they have a U.S. warehouse, or at least used to. Okay, so if they have a U.S. warehouse, then if you're in the U.S., obviously you don't really have to worry about import fees, so that's good. So, yeah, there's 2 confirmations right in the chat there for Nhash. So I do have a link, though. Make sure you click that first. Run your own benchmarks. Intel does better than many reviews show. That's very true. Yeah, you don't know where to really get your information from these days. I remember seeing a big write-up on, what was that, user bench or something like that, where you always, I can't remember what website it was, but they favored one company a lot more than the other company. I can't remember if they favored AMD or if they favored Intel over AMD. I can't remember what it was. You guys may have heard about that write-up, or that's something going on there, but I think it was User Benchmarks, but I'm not sure what site that was. But they definitely always showed one specific brand always outperforming and doing better than the other one, even though that wasn't the case. Nhash, you pay shipping, but they reduce the price so you don't pay any import fees. Let's just say it's included. Okay, well, I guess so pretty much they're all doing the same thing then. So yeah, Nhash, good. Confirmed by people who have purchased directly there. So yeah, it looks like a good place. Nhash has good prices. Yeah, they do usually have some decent prices, that's for sure. User benchmark, they favored Intel. Is that what it was? An Intel favorite? Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the one. Okay, anyway, guys, we have been here for a while. I do have to run to town today because the Oilers hockey game starts in 2 hours. So I got to get to town and get back ASAP. It's a half-an-hour drive one way, so I can do some mapping there, so that's good. But if you guys follow hockey at all, I'm from Canada. I used to hate hockey, but now I've been watching it for the past 2 years. But the Oilers are running for their 16 in a row winning streak. So, or is it 15 today? 15 or 16, I can't remember. So hopefully they win. We'll see what happens. But I do appreciate all you guys for showing up for this live stream, and we will be back for our AMA tomorrow. So I'll see you all in the next one.